Hello everyone, this is Josh Vision, and I'm here to give my Season 1, Episode 1 review of The Money Heist. So, in this episode, we open up with this woman. She's in bed, but she has a gun by her. She's paranoid, and you're wondering why she's so paranoid, what she's going on. So we basically get a little bit of a rundown, as she does narration about why she's in such peril. So, basically, her and her deceased lover were bank robbers, basically, and that they completed, I believe, like 15 heists or like robberies essentially. But during the last robbery they had done together, he died. And the reason why he died was basically, she had to kill him in order for her to get away. And she was saying how love and duty is hard to work, when it comes to business and survival. So she leaves. You can tell she regrets what she did, but it had to be done. So she's basically on the run. At one point, we see her calling her mother from a payphone, and you can tell that they have like a loving relationship. At the same time, it seems kind of strained. And we see that the police and everything's tapping the phone calls. They're in her mother's house, and while she's walking away after the end of the phone call, some mysterious guy mentions he's basically I believe he actually mentioned the fact that the police were actually at her mother's house and tapping the phones, so on and so forth, like the calls, whatever. So she's wondering how does he know all this information. So she literally has a gun pointed at his balls, threatening to blow them to smithereens, and make him the thing, with no balls. So he tells her that he's a professor and that he intends to rob the Royal Mint of Spain, which has never been done, and that's like the most money that'll probably the most money you could rob ever in history, more than any robbery in New York or London or any other place. So apparently a team has been gathered, that he's gathered, including this young woman. Her name's Tokyo, by the way, and it's like 6 other people. So these are like 6 other people that are the masters of their craft. So one's name's Moscow. He's like an expert in like industrial tooling and all that stuff. His son Denver, who's an expert, like he's into drugs, but he's also an awesome fighter. Another guy is named Berlin, and he's had like 27 heists, like jewelry stores, auction warehouses, and I believe he took like 444 diamonds from some place in Paris of great importance. So he's the head of the operation, besides the professor. Then we have Rio, who's basically like a computer hacking genius, and that's whom she basically has this kind of lover relationship with. And I believe the other woman is like Rob, like I forgot her name, but she's basically one of the best at counterfeiting. She's been counterfeiting since she was like around 13. So I believe the professor mentioned the fact that, listen, I'm tired of working jobs basically in which you can work all your life or a good chunk of your life trying to work for, a degree for a certain job to get a certain amount of pay, but the pay is crappy to begin with, and so on and so forth. So he believes by them taking the money, there's nothing wrong with them taking the money because that's the money that they are owed. But they can't kill anybody because as soon as they kill anybody, they're going to be seen as sons of bitches, because it's all about the public affection. If the people view them as being heroes, then everything's all good. But if they kill somebody, they're going to be viewed as sons of bitches, like I mentioned before. So one of the main rules that he wanted to have within the group, since they're going to be, I believe they're going to be working on this plan for the next 5 months, is the fact that there's no relationships and nobody knows the other's real name, and that there's no real serious bonds formed. Which, like I mentioned before, you have Tokyo and Rio. They form a bond as being lovers for the past like 5 months. So we get a jump forward actually, into the plan. So everything is going as planned. Berlin's running everything well. Everything's going fine for the most part, except they were trying to figure out where the hell Parker was. I was trying to figure out what's the big deal with Parker, but obviously, it turned out she was very important because like the whole thing with the cameras and making sure that everything is delayed enough so by the time the cops came, everything was where it should be at. So besides that, there was some kind of infidelity story mixed into this with Monica and this guy who seems to be a part of the whole banking system, like one of the main bosses there. But before they could go further into detail about it, that's when Denver and the company basically had everybody at gunpoint. And everyone's wearing masks, basically with their hands up, scared crapless. So the episode basically ends with Tokyo making a very critical mistake because no one in the group was supposed to shoot any guns at the police. Everything was going as planned until Rio, her lover, got shot. So as soon as he got shot, that's when she started shooting. And then everything got screwed up. So I don't know if the dude's dead or he survived, but that's how the episode ended. So if I missed anything, you guys, please write some comments down below in the comment section. And once again, adios.